So boom. The season's over, guys. The season is over. What you saying, ladies and gentlemen? Is everyone good? Everyone good tonight? It's Friday night. It's Friday night. Remember, I'm on every Friday. I try to be on every Friday, 8 o'clock, 8:30. Usually we do a call-in, but I'm coming in cold, so we can't do the call-in today. But next Friday there will be a call-in. What you saying? What is everybody watching? I've been watching. What's it called? Not Sacramento. Sakyodo? Is it Sakyodo? Jesus Christ! It's an anime on Netflix. I just realized I finished it. I just clocked. I finished it last night. Oh my days. There's only one season, 8 eps, but it's fantastic. It's about some assassin, a retired assassin that fell in love. So he become a family man and put on bare weight, but he's still got all the skills. He's still got all the skills. So, boom, what's the verdict on Mikel Arteta? Well, the verdict is he has to stay in it. He's going to stay. He gets another season. He gets another try. And we'll take it from there. Next season is the that's it. That's the end of the plank. Is it the plank? Yeah, end of the plank, end of the rope, end of the line. Next season. So if next season ends up potless, how low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? What you saying, Charlie boy? Yes, Chris dead won this weekend, and it's dead. That's crazy how the FA Cup's just become dead. Like, obviously winning it is beautiful. Going to Wembley, fantastic day, but the whole lead up to it is so dead. Like the quarterfinals is good. Well, it's better, it heats up. But between now and then, it's just like, it's just a rubbish weekend. They need to start playing some Prem games during these FA Cup things. Abs, what you saying? Just saw Goodfellas for the first time. Bomba Clark. How old are you, Abs? How old are you? How do you feel? How did you feel watching it? What Scorsese film have you seen before that? What other gangster film had you seen before? I can't believe it. I'm jealous, brother, and excited for you at the same time, because Goodfellas is top 10 movies of all time. It's in my top 5, really, but I'm just saying top 10. It's in my top 3. Goodfellas, bruv, I can talk to you all day about Goodfellas. You could talk to Clee even more about Goodfellas. Clee absolutely adores Goodfellas, bruv. Even from the title sequence itself, it's done by the great late Sol Bass. Sol Bass was an artist, and he done a lot of titles. He done a few title sequences for Scorsese, and just even the when the writing goes across, that's when you know you're gonna be in for a hell of a ride, a fast-paced movie. Be prepared. I mean, look how it starts off with when they're just driving along in the cars, and Henry's just there, and you got Tommy and Jimmy and Nicky there. Is it Tommy and Jimmy in the car, and it's like, what's going on? And it's Joe Pesci and it's De Niro. So if you're from that era and you're just watching that bit alone, you're like, I'm in for a ride here, because this man done bag of film in the 80s, which was this top 10. Raging Bull. Let's not, I mean, I can stop there, but and the way the film gathers pace, because he's high off coke. Mortabella. Martin Scorsese, the framing, the editing, the acting, it's all top tier. That's Champions League final. That's first half AC Milan against Liverpool. 3-0 up. What? Say something. Got to watch Sacramento Days. Currently rewatching The Last of Us before part 2. I've never seen Last of Us, but Sakamoto is fantastic, bruv. It's fantastic. I'm loving it. And there's a next one called Pantheon, I think. Wicked. It's about UI, so uploaded intelligence. Wicked. Touching 30 this summer, mashallah, bruv. And it's your first time watching Goodfellas. I'm actually jealous, bruv. If you haven't seen The Sopranos, watch The Sopranos, because that is 5 seasons of Goodfellas. Maybe not the pace of Goodfellas, but the madnesses of Goodfellas. haven't seen any of the classic gangster movies, and this is your first one, broski. Oh my god, it's going to be tough now because everything's going to be judged against Goodfellas. But you need to watch Donnie Brasco. That's one of my all-time favorites, and it might not be my top 10. No, it might be my top 10 movies. But you see, Donnie Brasco, I might have seen that movie as many times as I've seen Gladiator, and that's like one of my top movies as well. But I've seen Donnie Brasco a billion times, and I love it because of the acting from Al Pacino as Lefty's wicked. Like he's a down and out gangster, but thinks he's still the man. But then he brings in a cop who happens to be Johnny Depp. And for me, Johnny Depp's fantastic in that. I see someone, I think it might have been Alec Baldwin or something, say Johnny Depp wasn't all that in the thing, but he was all that in a bag of chips. So watch Donnie Brasco. You could even watch that second. Then you got to watch Scarface. Again, another Al Pacino movie, bro. Al Pacino was on fire in these gangster things. Absolutely fireballs. And I know you know all the quotes and you've seen all the clips from Scarface, but Scarface was my favorite movie for a very, very long time and still is up there for my performance of Al Pacino. It's probably my best performance alongside Denzel in Malcolm X and Training Day. I don't care what anybody says about Training Day. For me, Training Day is absolutely mortabella. So boom. Until we go, boom. Wicked. Watch, yes, so Scarface, and after Scarface, you've got to watch again another Pacino. Carlitos Way, man. Carlito Pagandi. Benny Blanco from the Bronx. You got to watch that movie. Carlito's Way is the cousin to Scarface. It's what would have happened if Tony made it. You know what I'm saying? But it's still mad if Tony made it out of the drug lord thing. You need to watch the Godfathers 1, 2, and 3. Again, Al Pacino, Bomba Clark. Al Pacino was on a roll, bruv. But it's De Niro's in the second one, which might be better than the first one. Might be. The third one you need to watch just for the completion. And again, it might not be the best movie. It might be the worst movie at the three, but it just rounds it off. And the performance of Al Pacino, again, is top tier. You also need to watch... you actually need to watch Raging Bull. This is a De Niro Scorsese again, so we're going back to Goodfellas. You need to watch Raging Bull. Again, it's Pacino and Pesci in different roles. So Pesci and De Niro. So De Niro is more the dominant one. You need to watch Raging Bull. Black and white boxing movie, 10 out of 10. You also need to watch again Scorsese, Pesci, and I keep saying Pacino, Pesci, and De Niro again in Casino, which for a very, very, very long time was my favorite gangster movie, better than Goodfellas. I said at one point, and I retract that and say Goodfellas is better. I know I'm going on a rant here, guys. I know this ain't football, but hold on a minute. You see, Casino, it was Scorsese almost at the peak of his powers, bruv. Almost at the peak of his powers in terms of framing, in terms of lighting, in terms of camera movement, in terms of performance, in terms of the form of the character. So we're talking about even down to the costume. Like the suits that De Niro was wearing, absolutely fantastic. The acting from James Wood, from Pesci, from Sharon Morgenstern, bruv, out of this world. You need to watch their movies in that order. I'll give it to you in that order so you can see you're gonna have there's no lows. There's no lows. People might want to put Bronx Tale in there, which is a De Niro made film, but if you watch Bronx Tale, don't watch it after Goodfellas. You need to watch it at the very, very end. And Bronx Tale is a poor man's Goodfellas. I don't mean that no disrespect to De Niro, because I know he directed it, but it's just nah. When Goodfellas is out at a time, you know what I'm saying? It's Bomber Ass Clark time. Daredevil season 4 about to mash work. Daredevil season 4? What have I missed? Have I missed what? Daredevil? I thought that was done. I thought it was finished. I didn't think they're doing that. What is there? Daredevil? Where can I watch this, Nathan? What is this on Disney Plus? Is this Disney Plus? Tommy butchering man in the opening scene. Listen, Tommy in the open. And if you look at the opening scene when he's cutting up is it Benny Bats? Yeah, he's cutting up Bats and Billy Bats, cutting up Billy Bats, and the way the camera freezes on Henry Hill's face with the red light. That means, man, you're in hell, bruv. You're in hell. For what you're doing now, you're in danger and you are going to hell because you have just stabbed up a main man. You're killing a main man. You man ain't made. None of you man are made. Only one of you man out you lot can get made because the other two are half. And now look. That's why he gets whacked at the end. And that's why when Tommy gets whacked, it's De Niro's acting when he's smashing the phone. Classic Robert De Niro. Oh, also, Abs, you need to watch Heat, bruv. It's not in the same vein as them other gangster movies, but you need to watch Heat. Michael Mann, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Bomba Ross Clark, Val Kilmer, Ashley Judd looking hell, bruv. Her body was crazy at the time. Looking crazy. Bomba Ross Clark. Yes, Arteta is a loser. What you saying? Oh, fuck that. What you saying, Sammy? Sorry, Sammy, bruv. I've been busy. I've been so busy, bro. Baby's ill. He's been crying from 4 o'clock till now, till I put him to bed. Never man, never me. Best line. Never. What does he say? Never me, man. Never me. Nah, what's my favorite line? Nah, my favorite line has to be the Jay-Z. Okay, I'm reloaded. It's actually I'm reloaded. Okay. Wicked. Taxi driver or taxi? And we're talking about the French version of Taxi. It's got to be the French version if we're talking Taxi. Denzel has got a bag of classic movies. American Gangster might be one of his best. You know what? I'm not sure. You know why? Ridley Scott directed American Gangster, and I've got a gripe with American Gangster. Ridley Scott, for me, since Gladiator, has not hit that peak. Matchstick Men, 10 out of 10 film. So for me, I'm putting that in the same bracket as Gladiator. But he doesn't get the respect that he deserves, Matchstick Men. But after that, he made a bag of movies. Maybe Body of Lies is a good movie still. Body of Lies is still a good movie. I'll give it that. I'm not sure if Black Hawk Down was after or before Gladiator. But again, so stylistically, Ridley Scott is an amazing director. In terms of getting the best out of actors, I've seen it. I see it in Gladiator, and I see it in Matchstick Men. Sam Rockwell, again, 10-10 actor, doesn't get the credit. But yeah, my gripe with American Gangster is the pacing of it. And I wish Scorsese had directed it because it would have been a different movie. But Denzel would have still flourished. Denzel flourished in the movie still. You know what? I used to work for Grand Daily, as you can see. So I know when you meet many people, many a superstar or up and coming or someone in the industry, and I directed a movie with Emil Amin, a short movie, and he told me a story that on the set of American Gangster, Denzel was the man in it, obviously, and Idris Elba had he was just making his way up, just done The Wire and whatever, and it was just catching traction. So he was a decent star, but obviously over here we was in love with him. So he's doing American Gangster, and Denzel must have shot. You know when he shoots the gun and he shoots him, he shot it by his head, and it just went crazy. Apparently, by the way, went crazy, and Denzel, everyone's telling Idris to calm down and saying, "Look, relax." Denzel, you've done your career, just chill if you do anything to Denzel. And apparently Denzel goes up to him as Frank Lucas basically and goes, I would never let another ninja shoot me like that. And walked off apparently. Trill. You gotta say that's Trill. That's Trill. But that's my only gripe with American Gangster, the pacing. But everything else about American Gangster, I do love. But for me, Denzel, what's Denzel? Training Day, Malcolm X, obviously, underrated. Man on Fire, bruv. Man on Fucking Fire. Some of the lyrics he comes out, some of the lyrics in Man on Fire when he's speaking to the nuns in Spanish and he's saying, listen, I'm just the guy that makes the appointment for these men to meet God. Bomba Ross Clark. My girl forced me to watch Heat. What, you didn't like Heat, Abs? Your girl's got taste, bruv. That's a keeper. If your girl's You know, when I knew my partner was a keeper, when she told me her favorite movie was Terminator 2, that's when I had like alarm bells were ringing, bro. That's a good girl, bro. Telling you to watch Heat, that's a good girl. Revamped on Disney Plus. I'm watching that. Obi-Wan McKelvey, vexed at Carragher. Don't know how he can scoff. And that's what it is. And I'm so happy that you use the word scoff, because scoff is so apt for how he acted. You know, really, like, it's an actual scoff. Man are really scoffing. You're scoffing on TV. That's skullduggery. You don't scoff at the AFCON. And I get why he's scoffing. But as a big man, a grown man who's in the industry, who's in the sport, who if he was pressed about women's football, he would have to say, oh yeah, it's really making strides. But in the same breath, because he's conscious of it, but in the same breath, he will go and say he will scoff at AFCON. That's just bonkers, bruv. Like, have the respect, bruv, to even just hold yourself and say, you know what, I was wrong there. Instead, he doubled down on it on TV and on IG, calling Ferdinand a clown. That's why Obi-Wan McKelvey, did you see him? Man was upset with passion, bro. I've got another video I need to put up with Okocha laughing at man. Okocha said it straight. Like, no one says they want their kid to play like Jamie Carragher. End of. And as Jose said, this man ain't even top 1,000 defenders and he's got the cheek to talk. Man, do me a favor. Oh, De Niro in Taxi Driver. Would I call that a gangster movie? You know what? Watch Taxi Driver as well, Abs. It is a classic movie. You just got to watch it for the line. You talking to me? You actually need to watch Mean Streets, but I don't know where you'd put that. But Mean Streets is not my favorite Scorsese film. But I appreciate it because I see what he was doing as a young director. And I saw bits of it that reminded me of myself when I was that, because I watched it when I was directing and I was doing stuff with Lee and we was doing it all by ourselves. And I look at Mean Streets and I see a lot of that, like it's low production. But yeah, wicked. Oh yeah, you know what? You gotta watch Reservoir Dogs. That's a gangster movie, and that's again. That's what I'm saying. You can't even have a top 10 really. There's too many movies, too many albums. That's why these things. You know what I mean? I'm the only one who busts up laughing when Pacino cried in Godfather 3. Yeah, maybe. My favorite bit is when he goes, "Just when I thought I was out, they bring me back in." That's when I appreciated that film. At that specific moment, I said, "Nah, this is a good film." That bit there has tied the whole film for me. So I'm going to give it some credit. Denzel bodied Idris in broad daylight. It's such a big boy move. It could not happen to Denzel. But the thing is, Denzel did it off set as well, apparently. And it just shook man up. And that man was getting crazy. Like, that's what Denzel just showing, like, that method acting. Because some people do it, take their method acting to another level. Like Daniel Day-Lewis, apparently. You hear the story of when Leo DiCaprio says, Daniel Day-Lewis, when they come on the set of Gangs of New York, which I guess is a gangster movie, come on a set of Gangs of New York, and he goes, "You at Daniel?" And Daniel goes, "Huh." He just like grunted at him as if he was Bill the Butcher, because Bill the Butcher ain't got no friends, bruv. Wicked. Have you caught the last Captain America? No, I haven't. But we're talking about the one with the Red Hulk. I haven't seen that yet. I need to watch that. Make Arsenal black again for Fox. You know what, Tyrese? It's mad you say that, because in my mind I'll be thinking these things sometimes, but like, not make us fully black, but we need some more black boys in the team to get the Arsenal spirit running in it. We've got a few, we're getting better. Arteta's intercontinental thing is not working right now. We need some black sauce. By the way, guys, don't take this to heart. That's a joke. It's light-hearted. Relax. I'm a comedian. You know what I mean? Don't shoot me. Cancel me. But yeah, it's funny you say that. But because at first I see Arteta just had a lot of obviously Caucasian fellas, and I was thinking that's like, I haven't seen that in a long time at Arsenal, so that did stand out. But I don't think he doesn't look at that. I would never paint him with that brush like was it Yaya Toure tried to paint Pep with? Like, ridiculous, broski. Come on. It's like Galatasaray, I call him my man. Jose racist against Turks. No, he's saying the Turkish referee mandament's corrupt, so that we don't need you refereeing the thing. I need to get someone that's going to have a clean slate. Some of us not got, but even if it's not corrupt, there's going to be a biasness. He's like, I don't want the biasness. End of. Whether it's for Fener or for, well, he does want it for Fener. Let's cut the crap. He definitely wants it for Fener. You know, Jose. Jose's a bloody. You know what? I wish Jose was back in the Premiership. I wish he was in the Premiership with someone big as well. He just lyric for lyrics, man. You can't beat this guy. He's just box office. Do we get? Can we? You know what? I asked if Arne Slot is the best young manager in the world, and my brethren goes, no. He says Xabi Alonso is, then Arne Slot maybe. Arteta somewhere. He calls Arteta Berto Martinez with good garms. And I'm not angry at that. I'm actually not angry at that. I can agree with that in some way or in form, for some way or form. Like, I agree with that. Arteta's like, now, you know what? Now, actually, I'm not going to agree with that. He's better than Roberto Martinez. But you see, it is with Arteta. He became very cautious. That cautiousness is what's cost him, in my opinion. You need Sylvain Wiltord type players. Are you joking, bruv? We just need someone like I know what Arteta wants, and I know what he's been looking for, and it's hard to find. So he wants that man can do the link up play, that can score from nothing, that can and be clinical. So yes, like your Sesko type player, like your Isak, who's far too expensive, and that's what he wants. And I get that, and they're hard to find, but when you can't find that, you need to have alternatives. Your alternative for Mudryk was Trossard. They're two different profile type players. They're completely different. But you did it. So that needed to be the same for me in regards to the striking situation. Bayern Havertz was ludicrous. Even if he was a plan B, like, not even Bayern Havertz was ludicrous. It didn't work out in the centre midfield. Okay, no, you know what? Actually, it was ludicrous. It was ludicrous. But then you made it work as a striker in the second part of the season. Okay, cool. You then looked at that and said, you know what? I don't think we need a striker. That's where the ludicrousness kicked in. That's crazy, bro. That's where it goes. That's where I'm like, come on, bro, man. Your cautiousness now, because you're gonna go and buy a left back and a defensive midfielder that don't really fit our profile. He's more of a Jorginho type player, which is meant to be the backup player, but we needed to improve our first team. I've watched certain platforms and I'm bewildered by the love of our fans for Arteta. He's been here for 5 years. Why are they accepting defeat? His process is over. You know what, Nathan? Your profile as a human being plays a massive factor. As soon as Ten Hag walked into the Man United job, you know what Simon Jordan said? My man's suit don't fit him. And he's talking figuratively. That's crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? So he just from the off, just looking at man, you don't fit the role. You think you could sell it to Jurgen Klopp? No, because Jurgen Klopp comes in with aura. Certain men have aura, and for some reason, these Arsenal fans look at what Arteta's done, and it's given him an aura. And I don't know why, because for me, you have to earn respect in football, and he hasn't earned the respect. He's earned the respect of me saying, "Yeah, you know what, you've done a good job, but you're not immune to criticism." And if you'd won 4 or 5 trophies, if he'd won 3 trophies in his 5-year span, I'm not. You don't criticize him. You praise him to the hilt. You go, you know what, this guy's done bits and bobs. Won 3 trophies, won 1 league title and 2 FA Cups. That's amazing. Now I'm not hearing nothing from nobody. But that's not what's happened. We've come close. We've come second twice, and people are gassing. We finished. They go, look where we were. We were 8th, yeah, but who put us 8th? He did. And I know people cite and say, but when I got sacked, we was 8th in the league. Yeah, the league went over. I get it, but Arteta finished the league in 8th. And then I had a whole season to go, FA Cup champions, and we finished the season 8th again. Aubameyang falls off a fogging cliff like you've never seen it. Ozil frozen out. Lacazette becomes the main player, and he even gets player of the bloody season. We had players like Celebos at Arsenal. Rubbish, man. Absolute rubbish. But factually true. 80s, 90s, noughties. George and Wenger especially liked a sprinkle of melanin. Yeah, they did. I hear that, bruv. I hear that. I'd have Jose at City just for the havoc it would cause. You know what? Jose at City would be absolute bonkers. You'd win the league. You definitely win the league. I still believe Jose with money will cleans up. It might not be pretty, but Jose money cleans up. He knows how to win titles. The man is a genius of a manager. Nasty stuff, but I'm here for it. I'm an entertainer. I love entertainment. That's it. We want to be entertained. Are you not entertained? There doesn't seem many good managers in football today apart from Pep, Klopp, and Carlo. There's a big gap compared to back in the day. I hear you. That is true, Nicholas. But I think that there's a new wave of managers coming in. That's what it is. And the wave. The Klopp's era. It's only Klopp, Pep, I guess, from that era that really dominated. And there's not many more. There should be more, but only 2-3 managers dominated because Jose, I guess, is in between on Ancelotti and Pep. Ancelotti, Pep is in between that. But they're coming. Players are too dependent on good coaches in this era. Coaches have to tell them where to pass and run. Harry Redknapp will not make it today in 4-4-2. Inshallah. No, I think Harry Redknapp would Harry Redknapp. I think I think Harry. No, I can't say because could Ange be Harry Redknapp today? That's what I'm trying to figure out now. So I'm refraining from any comment. What are you saying, Jordan? Baby, you good? I agree with your perception of events with Arteta. He joined after Freddie, who had us 10th, and he finished 8th with 16 games played or so to go. Either way, he flopped. And then it's not even just that, because he steadied the ship, and I'll give him that. But you give anyone time, they should steady the ship. But for me, it's like, right, at all the hurdles, bar one, which was the first FA Cup, all the hurdles, we flopped that. And the FA Cup wasn't his team, yeah? So that's worrying, because in your career, in anything you do, you have milestones and you have events. And these events are like, it's win or lose or go to the next level. And that's how it is in football. Like, the more you win, the more credibility you have, the more poise you have, the more aura you have. We don't have that credit right now. Arteta doesn't have that credit as a manager. The fans think he's got that. If he wins this league title this season, or he wins it next season, you'll see a click, a sea change in the whole mentality of him and the club and the players, and they're going to feel like champions and start moving like champions. Like, look at Man City when they won their first league title. They tried to move like champions, but it was like, this is uncharted territory. So Mancini's won the league, and then what happens after that? Did Fergie win it? Okay, cool. Then they sack Mancini, then Pellegrini comes in, he wins it, and then again they go again. Oh, this is it. This is Man City. Then he doesn't do well his second season after that, or whether it was. Pep comes in, has to clean it up, get the real players that he wants in, and get make this the real team now, because now they've got the pool of Pep, not just the 2 titles, because even with the 2 titles, they still didn't have that pool. Now they got Pep. Now he doesn't win the league in the first season. Everyone questions him. Don't know why. Smashes it in the second season, wins the league, does this, wins the Coca-Cola Cup. It's a madness. Does it again. It's a madness. And that's it. That's once they win it the second time with Pep 2 years in a row, that was it. Change. We're a big club. We're a monster club. When Liverpool won the league, there was no doubt in my mind that Man City were going to come again and win it. And they did. They did. Liverpool fell off a cliff. And Man City went and done a free-peat, bruv, because there was a click. There's a change. But this is a guy that had come in and already won 3 league, 4 league, 5 league titles, 2 Champions Leagues. Do you know what I mean? He was a bad man. A fool is a fool. Do you know what I'm saying? What's the one? What are you talking about, Jordan? Arsenal need to start worrying that with not winning, we got to start. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Even when we had Arsene Wenger and we were winning, we were losing players because we had to sell as a club to finance for, you know what I mean? Like Liverpool styling now. We still had to do that then. And we had to fight off Nicolas Anelkas and Vieiras wanting to leave and all this. It was a madness, man. Absolute madness. And that's facts. I agree wholeheartedly with you, Nicholas. City had Premier League greats. Yaya, Silva and Con. Okay. Okay, I can't argue with that. The topic is season over, but we started off talking about a bag of movies, gangster movies, because Abs just watched Goodfellas for the first time. So obviously I just went on a tangent and I gave him a list of gangster movies that he needs to watch. And then we just started talking about movies for a bit, and then a bit of Arteta talking there. Someone asked me, what do I think about Arteta? Is it over for him? Nathan thinks it's over. We haven't really spoke about Amarin, who's a sack of for me. Actually, I shouldn't say that. He's not a sack of, but what he's doing at Man United has been a sack. It's been crazy. No if, buts, or maybes. But yeah, that's what it's been. But yeah, I've done half hour, guys. On that note, I'm off skiing. I need to go and get myself a little beverage. I might play FIFA. I haven't played computer in 4 weeks, guys. Kids have been ill. The whole house has been ill. It's been a madness. Absolute madness. But I'll be back on tomorrow. We start fresh. FA Cup. Here we go. Here we go. Jordan, watch Invincibles if you haven't watched Invincibles. Bloody, I finished that as well. I'm going crazy, man. I need Baki Hana. Where's Baki Hana season 10? We need that. We need that. Anyway, over and out, man. Let's go. Let's get cracking.